Up Nation, what a summer. Time to come out of hibernation. Still taste the champagne. Still smell of cigars. I mean, but when you work as hard as we did, you get to celebrate big. I'm talking about memories that last forever. What you mean you don't remember? You don't act like you don't know? What, you don't remember Game 7 in Houston? Oh. You don't remember KD, Deja Vu in Cleveland? Curry breaking finals records? Come on, man. Since you don't remember, Uncle Fabby gonna take you on a journey and tell you about this Bay Area fairy tale that goes a little something like this.
The Warriors' story is yet to be told. The judgment on whether or not this season has been a success or a failure will be determined when the Golden State Warriors begin the journey to try to defend their crown in the postseason and win back-to-back NBA titles. The defending champions forced to a Game 7. They win it 4 games to 3.
His ninth three-pointer of the game. Kevin Durant way outside. Delivers!
The Golden State Warriors have won back-to-back NBA championships.
After a summer of celebration, the Warriors began the 2017 season as they did the 2015, with a tremendous target on their backs. Heavy lies the crown. Know what I'm saying? But if you come at the king, you best not miss.
Durant with the shot clock at 4, buries a 3. Draymond hammered it home. Klay Thompson inside and spun it home. Looney kept running to the rim. And now we got a fight. We have a legitimate fight here.
I think we kind of have gotten used to people being fired up for us and ready to play us and targeting us, and it's flattering more than anything.
We knew coming into the season that, teams are going to try to catch up to us and, close the gap. And I think we did a good job of, using that as motivation.
This championship run was definitely the hardest of the 3 for me in terms of getting everybody's best shot.
Cousins and Draymond get locked up. And DeMarcus Cousins has picked up a technical foul on Draymond.
Klay Thompson blocked that jumper.
It's rare to be on a team that's that talented and that sought after to beat. So we loved it, and we wouldn't have it any other way.
Everybody's going to be up to play against us, so we got to bring it. I think, we've been playing hard, but I think we got to take it up a level.
I do know that we're going to get everybody's best shot. It seems like every night teams are coming after us, as they should. We're the defending champs, and we're taking a lot of good shots here early on.
To go along with all those shots, the way of the crown finally took its toll on the champs.
Coming into last season, we returned 13 or 15 guys, I think, or something like that. So there wasn't much of anything that was fresh.
Last year was the first time we felt a little bit of mental and spiritual fatigue, if you will, in terms of being able to get up for every game and just pace ourselves through the regular season in terms of building and getting ready for the playoffs.
It's just frustrating in a sense, I'm sure, from Steve's standpoint as a coach. You want your players to play hard every night, but it's just with the long season and the grind and everything, knowing that what we're playing for is 6 months away. The motivation tactics start to run out after the 3rd month, 4th month. So we're just kind of looking for that spark. We're just trying to look, how can we keep things fresh?
Steve Kerr tonight allowing his players to not only run the huddle, they ran practice, they ran shoot around, they coached the basketball team here.
It was definitely the most difficult season that we've had to this point.
This is year 4 in terms of trying to get back to the finals. The first couple of years, it just felt like there was a stronger desire to knock teams out. And I think this year it feels more like guys are just thinking more big picture. So we're not stepping on people's throats like we used to. And I'm okay with that for now, but eventually we're going to have to get back to that point, and I'm confident that we will.
Despite the inconsistent focus, the Warriors were still able to handle most of their conference competition. But for the first time in their dynastic run, the Dubs finally had a worthy rival for Western supremacy.
They jumped on the scene really early and they played a unique style. ISO basketball, just looking for the mismatches on the wings and spacing around James and CP, putting some great shooters and defenders around them.
We knew they were a talented team. We knew that they had talented individuals that were hungry and motivated and had been formed as a team to beat us. So there was no secret about that.
It's the only thing we think about. I think I'm not supposed to say that, but I mean we're basically obsessed with how do we beat the Warriors.
It was hard not to notice them, and at some point they assumed control of the #1 seed. So we knew to beat them we'd have to go to Houston and win some games. So it was a new thing for us. We'd been the 1 seed for the previous 3 years, but to see someone in our conference kind of assert themselves was impressive.
Okay, let's be honest. The Rockets were no joke. I mean, they even snatched the #1 seed from us. But the Warriors' biggest adversary this year had to be the injury bug.
Stephen Curry's hurt. Yep. He's coming out of the game. Is that an ankle? Oh, I don't like that.
There were so many injuries. There were so many things that you just can't forecast that, we had to face that made the year a lot tougher.
We've missed the most games out of any teams in the league where we didn't have our full starting 5. And that says a lot. We still finished second in the West.
KD was being examined by the doctors right then. They would have an MRI taken. It was not going to be good news. For the next 2 weeks, you are minus Clay and Kevin Durant and Steph.
It's part of the season. It's part of the game. That's why it's so hard to win a championship, because you play 100-plus games and nothing's guaranteed.
Draymond was out for a few games and that allowed Jordan Bell to come in and get some experience.
Oh, Jordan Bell!
Seeing Jordan come up, play some big minutes, Kevon Looney.
Looney blocked the shot.
Guys were able to get their rhythm throughout the season, while some of our main guys were down. You saw Quinn Cook came in and did a great job.
Quinn Cook, what a nice play!
This year is just the strength of numbers. When your brother goes down, you have to pick up the slack, you have to step up, and guys have to stay ready, for situations like this.
I think with guys being out, it didn't look good in the win and loss column, but I think our young guys got some great experience on, what it takes every night, to be the best team in the league.
Even with a barrage of injuries, the Dubs still look to be full strength heading into the postseason. But an unfortunate fall changed everything.
I had just come off another injury since my first game back, and my adrenaline was rushing. I was excited to be back there on the floor. And the third quarter happens.
And now Curry, McGee landed on Curry, and Curry's hurt.
This is the worst sign you could have.
And you hear the crowd gasping as Curry limps around the floor.
Kind of feel my knee go, but I hadn't felt that pain before, so I didn't really know what to think. I was just more frustrated that I was going to have to deal with something else.
Oh, there's no way he's playing in the first round. There's no way. I mean, he's being reevaluated in 3 weeks. So we got to be ready to play without him and then see how he's coming along. And, the good thing is we've been through this. We went through it last year with KD. It wasn't exactly the same timeline, but it was a similar injury and similar circumstances where we had to play without one of our best players. And we felt that appropriate fear and turned it up. If all goes well, Steph comes back during the playoffs at some point, and we're at full steam. That's the goal, and that's our plan.
Getting the news back, it was pretty good news. I think it was like a grade 2 MCL. So, meaning that he didn't tear anything. There was no surgery needed. All those things could kind of change the course of a player's career.
The timing of Steph's injury, I think, was the trickiest part of our journey last year.
Obviously, thankfully, I got good news that I was going to be back at some point during the playoffs and could really just refocus my attention to the rehab process and get back out there.
To hear that it wasn't as bad, sense of relief. To hear he was going to be out that long adds more stress on the whole team.
So we had to kind of find ourselves. We lost lost a lot of games down the stretch and struggled, and we had to find ourselves again in the playoffs and get our groove back.
So the Warriors entered the playoffs with a banged up roster and plenty of uncertainties. But you know the saying. If you want to beat a man, you got to beat the man. Woo! So the Warriors entered the 2018 playoffs without our main guy, without the fan favorite. Breezes! Big problem, right? Not really. Still the reigning champs. Got rid of the Spurs. ASAP.
Durant, McGee is open underneath. Livingston will shake and bang.
Regardless of what everyone's saying, the Warriors has lost it. They're not together. They can't win without Steph. They're not the same team. Blase, 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 blah, blah, blah. You know, we know who we're capable of.
Game 1 goes to Golden State. The Warriors come out and they take care of business.
Ultimately, it just comes down to players competing and bringing the effort.
Hey, we as good as you go, man. You as good as you go, baby.
And they brought it tonight. It was a different level of play than what we've seen from the past month, which I expected. But now we got to keep doing it. That's the thing. This is one game.
The lob inside. Clay for three.
In order to win in the playoffs, and we realize that, is you have to play at the highest level, or the truest form of basketball.
Well, we've got great talent, and we've got great competitors. You know, our guys want to win, and they know the playoffs are what it's all about.
And the Warriors make it a 2-0 series lead, heading back to San Antonio.
We understand that we're not favorites. We are underdogs. And to get a win, we got to overachieve. We got to do better than we think we can do even.
We know how to win. And I think that's important in knowing how to win. We know what it takes to win an NBA championship.
It's definitely intensity in the playoffs. It brings out the best in you. Every possession is so important. You don't want to give a game away either in the playoffs, because that can really come back to bite you.
Looney dunking it down.
Good. Beautiful drive. He just hit the accelerator. Man, the Warriors awfully good these 3 games against San Antonio. They do it defensively. They do it with balanced scoring. And the Warriors will take a 3-1 series lead back to Oakland for Game 5.
Here we are, 3-1, chance to close at home. Again, let this be a lesson to us, right? All of us. Like we got to come out and take care of business.
Clay to end the half, and he got it! It's Klay Thompson's half.
In the regular season, you're allowed to make a couple mistakes here and there to learn so you can get ready for the postseason. I think once the postseason hits now, you try to limit those mistakes and it makes you even more focused and dialed in. So it's just the stakes are higher, and guys come to play when the stakes are up.
West slipping it again. Livingston for the dunk. And Clay with the step through, the field goal, and the foul. Gasol. And Durant knocked it away. Beautiful defense by KD. He walks it back. His three. It's good. And the Warriors are bound for the second round.
You know, our team struggled coming into the playoffs, so the Spurs helped us kind of get our game back in terms of forcing us to defend and pay attention to detail. It's obviously going to get more difficult now.
Just got to take it one game at a time, as cliche as it is, because you can't look ahead to West Finals or Finals. You got to beat the Pelicans, and they're playing really well right now.
Here we go. Round 2. The pesky Pelicans, the young guys, they're ready. They're athletic. They're going to put it on us. Somebody's coming to dethrone the champs, right? They feeling good because they coming off a sweep, a round 1 sweep versus the Portland Trail Blazers. This is where we leave, right? This is where the sweet story is over. Anthony Davis and his power crew is gonna knock us off, right? Yeah, bet they didn't think the assassin was coming back.
That was an amazing feeling, obviously playing at home. Game 2, so I kind of got a feel of how fast-paced the game was going to be.
Steph is Steph. He lights up every gym that he's in, home or away.
To get him back as we're kind of starting to accelerate and go through the playoffs, it was a big boost.
I'll never forget putting him into the game.
Literally the first play, first touch I got.
Literally within 5 seconds, he makes about a 28-footer.
Here's Curry firing. Yes!
I knocked down a three and kind of just reinserted myself, and that was a good way to start. And got the crowd into it, and something I'll remember as a part of that championship run for sure.
I mean, he essentially hasn't played, everyone said 5 weeks. He played one game in like the 3 or 4 weeks prior to that, so he essentially hasn't played for the last 8 or 9 weeks. And you come out and do that in a game 2 of a playoff, that's special.
Take the 30-footer! Curry!
To get back out there on the floor, play some playoff basketball, and get a big win. And obviously we did what we needed to do in these first 2 games, going up 2-0, and got to have our game travel to New Orleans.
It did feel like we just flipped the switch once the playoffs started. However, that's a very dangerous area, because, you try to stay away from that as much as possible, because one day you'll go to flip that switch and the light bulb will be out.
Kevin Durant takes a 3 straight on off the screen, knocked it down, and number 35 has 38.
I just feel strange, as a coach, saying, well, the Hamptons 5 played really well tonight. I can't say that, but you can.
And this series will head to Oakland, where the Warriors are commanding 3-1 lead.
We played team's best. Everyone brings their A game when they're going up against us, so that prepares us better than anyone. So we kind of get accustomed to playing at a high level.
Clay, right corner 3, yes! Blocked by Draymond. And this place is rocking once again. Right down Broadway and a right-hand slam for KD. For the 4th straight year, the Warriors head to the Western Conference Finals and a date with the Houston Rockets.
We got a goal. Whoever's in the way of that goal, then we got to see you. You got to see us. All right, now they're in the way. Perfect. We want to win another championship. And it don't matter who's in the way of that. If you're in the way of that, then you happen to be in the way. That's the truth.
Now here we are, round 3. And this is the series everybody's been talking about. All year. They're saying whoever wins this series wins the Larry. Houston is having an incredible year. Harden MVP year. And for the first time, we're back to being the underdogs. Okay, it's finally here. There's no more debating about who's the best in the West, who's the team to beat, can the Warriors beat the Rockets? It's the Rockets and the Warriors. Western Conference Finals. Let's let the hoop do the talking. No more critics. I don't even want to listen to y'all no more. It's game time.
Finally, we can figure this out on the court, and stop talking, stop speculating.
It's the cream of the crop in the Western Conference, and in order to get to the finals, we got to elevate our game, and that's what we enjoy about the playoffs in this moment, in this stage, and it's hard.
Houston's a very good team, and obviously we heard it all year. The Rockets is going to be the team that dethrone the Warriors. I knew going into it like they couldn't beat us.
It was exciting to be on the road. Since I've been here with Golden State, it was my first playoff series on the road, so that was it was a new challenge.
I think our feeling going into the Houston series was we've been here before many times, and they haven't yet. They had a lot of great talent, a lot of great players, and players who had been deep into the playoffs, but not as a unit, whereas we knew what we had together. And I think that gave us a lot of confidence going into game 1.
Durant to the rim. Curry steals it again. Bounce pass Andre. Right hand slam. Draymond to Clay. 3 balls. Good.
They made us go a little bit deeper into our bag of tricks, and we kind of had to mix some things up and add different layers that we kind of could pick teams apart with 1 or 2 layers. With the Houston Rockets, we had to go 3, 4, 5 layers. So it's a different level of attention to detail, and you respect an opponent like that because they bring out the best in you.
Game 1 goes to the defending champions.
It's a great start. This is what we wanted. We got off to the good start, but there's a long way to go.
Nothing really changes. We know it's a long series, a 7-game series, so we know they're going to come out with a lot of energy next game, try to even this thing up.
A little underhand dish, corner 3 to Tucker all the way, and another one!
What a shot for James Harden.
We're very comfortable about who we are, and we can beat anybody, anywhere, at any time, playing the way we play.
This is one of those nights where they knew that they had to do, and they did it. And we gotta respond with some more aggressiveness and more discipline on the defensive end.
The Rockets rebound and respond in emphatic fashion here in Game 2.
We always talk about the next game, so for us right now, the most important game is Game 3. We know that's a tough environment to play in there.
It bounced past Mbamute, goes up, blocked by Looney. He met him above the rim. Harden trying to reach in. Curry step back, quick release. 3-ball, Curry!
At the end of the day, it's one win. It doesn't matter if you win by 40 or if you win by 1. But to respond that way, it means a lot. It's kind of what we've grown to expect. We felt a little threatened, and we came out and showed that.
Tonight, we played a lot better one-on-one defense, and from there, it fueled our offense and got our crowd into it, and it's kind of exactly how we drew it up.
Make no mistake about it, Game 4 will be incredibly difficult. We got to be ready for the force that's coming from them in Game 4.
The Warriors seemed to be in control of the series until a seemingly mundane collision altered the course of the season.
Harden, far side, leads in, stumbles and falls, ball ripped away by Iguodala. Iguodala's hurt.
When it initially happened, you think it's just a bruise right now. I'll be fine in the morning. I'll heal quick. But a little bit more information, you realize it was a little bit worse, and you just had to wait until everything healed.
It completely changed the series. We had it all figured out. We had changed the matchup. Different rotations work in every series. And, different matchups work in different series. So we had to figure that out, and we finally had it figured out that Game 3.
40-point blowout for Golden State.
Even coming out in Game 4, when Andre was out, like you can just feel it in that first quarter that their spirit was gone. And they knew they didn't have an answer, and yet we were trying to figure out who that fifth guy would be in the lineup. And while trying to figure that out in that first quarter, they got their spirit back. And going into like that second quarter, they got their spirit back, and it made it a series again.
Dre's a huge part of what we do, and he helps us have that versatility. Trying to fill different spots throughout the course of the game, and you love to have him out there, but you look at how the game went, with a chance to win and take real control of the series, but it didn't happen.
Curry catches in the corner, takes the three, it's up and hit the rim, no good. He got a clean look in front of the Rockets bench.
So the Rockets even the series at 2-2.
Andre is a guy that can guard multiple positions and guard them well on the wings, and substitute him with a bigger guy when James Harden and Chris Paul want to exploit the matchups. It's a little different when Andre's out there guarding those guys. So, we know we rely upon everyone to do their job, and you take one of us out, it was an adjustment period.
Andre Iguodala watching from the Warriors bench in the suit. They could really use Andre.
Houston has taken a 3-game lead.
If Andre doesn't go down, I think that series is over convincingly in 5.
And the Warriors will head back to Oakland. I don't know what's going to happen with Chris Paul's hamstring. Hopefully he can be healthy for the next game. The Warriors' title defense is officially up against the wall.
I feel great about where we are right now. And that may sound crazy, but I feel it. I know exactly what I'm seeing out there. And we defended them beautifully tonight. We got everything we needed. Just too many turnovers, too many reaches. And if we settle down a little bit, we're going to be in really good shape.
Facing elimination. The nation comes home. A must-win game. So what do? Leave it all on the court, baby.
We knew what kind of task we had in front of us with our backs against the wall, down 3-2. Needing to win 2 games in a row to get back to the finals, and those are the 2 hardest games I think we played so far together.
We've been down before. You really just got to take it one quarter, one possession at a time. You can't think you're going to win Game 6 and knowing you're forcing Game 7. You got to act like every game is Game 7, really.
For us, it was about the challenge, and you get that adrenaline and that excitement of kind of that appropriate fear, as Coach Kerr likes to call it, just being in the moment. It's a thrill.
We felt like we knew what we needed to do, and they had stifled us in some of our offensive sets, some of the things we like to do. But we felt like we had broken through. Even though we were down, felt pretty good about things.
Well, the Warriors, who are down by 17, have cut it down to 10, but plenty of work to do in half number 2.
At halftime in Game 6, being down 10 at home, it just felt like something missing. But then to go in the locker room and see that the team had not fractured gave me confidence that they would come back out in the second half like they did.
Harden drives on Curry, goes up, blocked by Draymond. Hustles around Harden, gets to the rim and stuffs it down with a right hand. Curry jab step, but takes the three anyway and knocked it down.
Young off the head fake. Finds Livingston with a beautiful pass. Green to Thompson. The three. There will be a 7th deciding game back in Houston.
Looking forward to going down there, locking in, and being who we are. Can't wait till Tuesday.
Monday.
Oh, Monday. Sorry, Monday. Who said Tuesday?
I don't know.
He said,
he
meant
My
Monday.
bad. Monday. Yeah.
Please don't miss a game.
Yeah. I got you.
The Warriors survived and now headed to Houston with a 4th straight finals appearance on the line. The 2 greatest words in all of sports. Game 7.
We've been here before. We've won one, we've lost one a couple years ago. I think Game 7s are about forgetting the repercussions, forgetting the results, and locking in on the moment.
That's not what you wanted out of Golden State to start a Game 7.
Oh, the lob to Clint, who rammed it home. The Rockets are just outworking and out-hustling.
Game 7, you get some nerves, and there's so much nervous energy. I don't even recognize this team. We've been together for 4 years. I didn't recognize the group that we were seeing.
Gordon down the right side, takes it middle. He's going to go all the way in the paint to the bucket. The layup is good. And the Rockets lead by 11 at the break, 54-43.
There's a calmness at halftime in the locker room because we knew how bad we were playing.
We know we can make an 11-point lead evaporate in about 2 minutes of good basketball.
Throws out to Clay for a corner three. Got it! Fires away. Got it! It's a Curry flurry!
When we're on our game, we can get up and down. And our defense, too. When we're in passing lanes, creating turnovers, we're the best team in the world running the break.
His pass picked off by Curry. Thompson. Yes!
We just wanted to get our defense going and hope that the fatigue on their side would be a factor.
Rockets have missed 25 straight threes, an NBA playoff record. It's unheard of.
It was just a level of experience and just maturity from our group that helped us get through to the finish line.
And it's good for KD. That was cold-blooded. But for the 4th straight year, if you're going to win the West, you've got to go all the way west. You've got to go to the Bay. The Golden State Warriors are going back to the NBA Finals.
We talked about it leaving this building after Game 5. This was a part of our story that we hadn't been through before. Our backs against the wall, not having home court advantage, needing to win 2 games to keep ourselves alive. And this is a true testament to how hard it is to get to the finals, how hard it is to have a chance to play for a championship.
This is not like 2015 where it was just a joyride and everything was new. It's so much easier to climb the mountain, I think, than to stay on top of it. And we've been there the last few years. It's a fight. It is a fight every single day, and it's not easy.
Down goes Houston. We took the West's best shot and we still landed on top. I mean, now we so close to the Larry that we could kiss it.
Going back to the chip.
Only thing standing in our way for the 4th straight year in a row is the self-proclaimed king and his Cavaliers, Warriors, Cavs. You know what's next. Now let me think about something. We talk about greatest rivals. We say the Celtics versus Lakers, Larry and Magic, Wilt and Russell. But I can't think in the era of sports rivals have any team ever played each other 4 straight final championships in a row. But in 2018, that's what the Warriors and the Cavs did. I mean, it was big. Steph versus LeBron. The land versus the town.
For us, it was just completing the journey, and to complete the journey was to win a championship. You know, it's a team we faced every time in the finals.
We were so used to this team. It's crazy. It's like we have a 2-week block in Cleveland every summer. Whether you like it or not, it's rare that that wasn't going to happen.
Didn't necessarily feel like we're playing Cleveland for the 4th time in a row. And it's because it was a different team than we had played the previous 3 times. And so it didn't have that same feel of like, here we go again playing these guys.
Listen, Golden State is one of the best teams I've ever played. It's one of the best teams that's ever been assembled. For me as a competitor, it's fun. It's truly fun, and to know when I'm done playing a game of basketball, to know I played against some of the greatest teams I ever played.
We're ready for Warriors-Cavs round 4.
Ball deflected, grabbed by Klay Thompson. Thompson to Curry, 2-on-1 with KD. Throws it ahead to Durant. A lob for a dunk.
James, hot step. 3-pointer's good. James pull-up jump shot. That's good.
Shadowed by J.R. Smith. Pulls up, one-hander off glass and good.
James drives past Livingston and throws it down.
Curry takes one dribble. It's a 3. It's up and good at the horn. Curry ties the game.
We're playing a great team. It's the finals. You know, it's not going to be easy. They have a guy who's playing basketball at a level that I'm not sure anybody's ever seen before.
James drives. Shot blocked. Count it. And one.
What he does. I mean, he's been in the league for so long doing the same thing. So we just got to try to make it tougher on him.
This is the 6th 50-point game in finals history.
40 seconds to go. Durant will dribble down the lane.
Offensive foul. One official calling a charge, looked at the other, and they changed it to a block. 2 clutch free throws there. We're tied again.
Down to 7 seconds. LeBron holds the ball in the right hand, throws the ball away. A whistle and a foul. It's going to be on Klay Thompson on the baseline.
The Cavs were about to shock the world. George Hill went to the stripe with the game on the line. Everyone in Oracle knew the situation. Well, almost everyone.
Hill misses. Rebound goes to the Cavs. J.R. Smith brings it back out. Throws it ahead.
I thought he was looking for LeBron when he dribbled that ball out. I was just like, wow, he got a layup. He looking for LeBron that hard, and all of a sudden I saw him run past LeBron, and Brown was like standing there calling for the ball. And then he swung the ball back to George Hill, and I was able to get the block. And then I started walking to the bench, and I sat down on the bench. And I hopped up out of nowhere like, yo, did he think they were up? And once I figured it out, all I could do was just laugh, like, wow, that's crazy.
The mistakes are made in these games.
Wow. Overtime. Oh, we've got 5 more minutes in game 1. Livingston to Draymond, takes a 3. It's good. He nailed it. Mike Livingston wide open down the lane. 2-hand slam.
Throws it out. Thompson catches, fires. Connect. Golden State survives in overtime to take game 1 of the NBA Finals.
We got lucky. He could have taken a shot, but he dribbled out. I guess he thought they were ahead.
From where you stood on the court and from talking to him after the play, did he think that the game was tied?
How do I know that?
Or did you discuss it at all with him at the end of the play?
No. They asked me if I talked to JR about it. I said no already.
Did you know if he knew the score?
Yeah. I guess it was a little lucky. But the Warriors made sure they didn't need luck in game 2.
Curry, middle of the floor, comes left. He's open for a 3. It's up and good.
Steph Curry from way downtown.
He's a big shot taker, big shot maker.
Curry again. Puts it in. Steph Curry drills another 3.
Tough shot taker and tough shot maker. If he give you the ball, make sure you give it back.
Over to Draymond, back to Curry, pump fake, flyby, 3 ball. Got it.
Yeah, amazing. You know, amazing. It never gets old to watch. It really doesn't.
I mean, we've seen this before, you know, where he completely just takes the game over with his scoring ability.
Shot clock winding down. Curry's going to have to put it up, launches it up, shot clock. Oh, he knocks it down!
Just threw it up, and I don't think he had any chance of going in, but that was kind of like a dagger shot.
Floats it over to Draymond, back to Curry. He'll quick release. It's up, it's good, and he got fouled!
That's a pretty cool deal to accomplish. At the end of the day, it's all about trying to get a win and doing whatever you can to make that happen. So I never woke up and was like, all right, let's go get 9 threes and get the record.
Steph Curry has set a finals record. His 9th three-pointer of the game.
Pretty special night, and hopefully some more special things happen and get 2 more wins.
The Warriors will take a 2-0 lead to Cleveland, and we'll get ready for Game 3. A chance to take a stranglehold on the series.
I think because we've been here several times, I don't think I'll need to say much. The guys in the locker room, they already know that. They know how hard it's going to be in Cleveland.
We just handled our part of the deal. They're a great team. You know, obviously, LeBron has been through this song and dance, so they're going to be better at home. We know that. You know, we just have to be prepared for their very best.
James up and under, throws it off the backboard. Oh, what a perfect pass to himself.
I think we were down 12 early in the game, and they were getting every rebound, and we couldn't make a shot. So, you know, Kevin was the story in the first half, just keeping us in the game.
Durant, the handle, the crossover, the pull-up, shot's good. Durant fires a 3, knocks it down. Kevin Durant with 0.8 of a second remaining. And the first half comes to an end. 24 points, 8 rebounds for Durant, but his team down by 6.
It's a 48-minute game, and the NBA in general is a game of runs. It's just a matter of you can keep your composure and your confidence and your rhythm when another team, you know, starts the way that they did tonight. So eventually you start to buckle down, get some stops. That feeds into your offense. From there, you can close the gap and try to get over the hump and just not get deflated.
Coming up on a minute remaining.
Game 3 in Cleveland. Ball in Durant's hands. Sound familiar?
Shot clock at 5. Kevin Durant way outside. Delivers! Kevin Durant from downtown. That's the same spot where he hit it in Game 3 last year.
It's like deja vu seeing him hit that shot again. So sometimes even when you know it's coming and that pull-up is tough to stop because, you know, he can shoot right over you at that size. That was amazing what he did out there tonight. Some of those shots, I don't think anybody in the world can hit those but him. He was incredible.
After KD's dominance in Game 3, the Warriors looked to do what they couldn't do a season ago. Sweep LeBron out the finals.
The only thing that's important is what's directly in front of us, which is tonight's game. Closeout games are tough no matter what.
Goes up, blocked by Durant from behind.
Curry trying to draw the foul, still gets it to go.
Durant catches, throws the far corner to Klay Thompson. It's up and good with a 3. Back to KD. It's a dunk for Durant. It goes up, rejected by Draymond. Stole by Curry. Curry fades to the front, takes a 3 straight on, knocked it down.
We weren't thinking about a sweep coming in. We knew we had a good chance to play well this series. We were just trying to just play great basketball. We just wanted to win.
Some room, drills it.
There's no question Steph Curry right now senses the moment.
Steve Kerr wants a timeout. He's going to empty the bench here. The Warriors start to celebrate. The one-time darlings are now a dynasty. The Golden State Warriors have won back-to-back NBA championships and have won 3 of the last 4 NBA titles.
Looking for somebody to hug, you know, whether it's your family, your teammate. The feeling you get with your teammates is the best in the world. You're really happy for the guys that it's their first time. Nick Young's, Jordan Bell's, our rookies, Quinn Cook.
That's when you just celebrate with your teammates and you look each one of them in the eye, look at coaches in the eye, and you know all that you put into to get into that moment. Just taking a deep breath and exhaling and enjoying being a champion again.
It was great to go out there and win a championship with these guys the way we did it. The season, it was just an up and down season. So many guys got hurt.
We were going through so much. Finish it off with a championship, especially in a sweep, it feels so good.
It's even harder to do it when people expect you to do it. That's why the greats are the greats, because they're expected to be great. And for us to have a so-called great team and then to end up with the championship, it's just, you know, it's sweet.
Say 3 times. Oh, snap. Yeah. Clay just Googled himself and say 3-time champion already.
It's one of the toughest things I ever done in my life. The entire ride, it was just tough. All the other championships feel like, wow, I can breathe now, like the weight's off my shoulder, we accomplished it. This one didn't feel like that. It was like, thank God it's over.
More a feeling of satisfaction rather than pure elation like the first time. But it never gets old.
You know, all the work you put in over the summer, all 82 games, the 9 months that we're together on the court every single day is built towards, you know, achieving that accomplishment.
Look like I'm living. 3-time champ. Did it with a great group. Back to back.
How sweet it is. Champions once again. And once again, on a court filled with all-stars, KD was the top dog.
The back-to-back NBA Finals MVP, Kevin Durant.
I just focused on being the best version of me every single game, coming out there and being a guy that can guard multiple positions, that can score on anyone. I just tried to be aggressive when I got my opportunities. Once I'm in that zone, I feel like nothing can move me.
He's just a phenomenal talent, and he has the will to want to be great. He doesn't shy away from the moment. His peers respect that about him.
You know, he's one of the best players I've ever played against, that this league has ever seen. His ability to handle the ball, shoot the ball, you know, make plays at his length, at his size, at his speed.
You know, KD's been amazing these last 2 years, especially in the finals, and so deserving of back-to-back finals MVPs. I think the biggest thing we appreciate, you know, in our locker room is, again, what everybody brings to the table, and that we kind of unlock the greatness out of each other.
Back-to-back champs. 3 titles in 4 years. Wow. The new class of the NBA. The Warriors. Beautiful thing, right? I say so. You know, sometimes I just sit back and I just think about all the stuff that we done been through. It's been tough being a fan. You know, this franchise has been through so much. I mean, we've gone through choked up coaches to picking Todd Fuller over Kobe, 20 wins in a season. But you forget about all that. I mean, none of that matters when you get that Larry. And it seems like every time we win, it just gets sweeter and sweeter.
It's taken 40 years, but once again, the Bays team is the best team. The Golden State Warriors have won the NBA title.
They're all unique in their own way. I think the first one we won was kind of like, oh, the Warriors are here. They're young, they're here to stay. It's a surreal moment, not knowing how to react when you do it and not really knowing that it was possible until it's actually over.
It felt like a dream. Like, this is the most amazing thing that's ever happened.
It's like a bunch of young guys out there running around realize how, dang, man, we're good. Oh, wow, wait, we got a chance to win a championship? Wow, we actually did that? Oh, super dope.
I didn't expect us to win. I don't think a lot of people did.
No one, if anyone, picked us to win the championship that year.
The trajectory of losing in the first round the previous year to a championship is pretty uncommon, I think. So we kind of skipped a step in some ways. So that took a while to digest and set in. There was a real euphoria to that.
It's memorable just because you never experienced it before. You just want a taste of that trophy, and it holds a special place in my heart just because it was the first one.
That was the first one. It's like a blur, everybody having fun, boom, bunch of young guys running around. We won a championship.
All of Dub Nation, we did it, we did it.
And the second one, coming off the heels of losing Game 7 at home, felt like some form of redemption.
The road to redemption has brought the Warriors back home. The Golden State Warriors are the 2017 NBA champions.
Winning a championship again, being at the top of the mountain, everything we went through the year before with losing, just how that was painful. To get back to that place, it was euphoric and just feeling a joy and gratefulness.
With the arrival of Kevin, we were hailed as one of the greatest teams of all time already without even playing the game. But we still had to go through the whole season, and the way we integrated Kevin and he came on board was so seamless, it was unbelievable. It was such an easy transition, and it made me realize how good of a basketball player and teammate he is.
All right, we added KD. Yep, we supposed to win this championship. And that was just like a matter of, we know we're going to win, we just got to wait till the date.
We had a chance to go 16-0, which is just utter dominance.
I was very happy for Kevin and the guys that hadn't been on the first group.
Winning at home was an amazing experience. Celebrate with your home crowd in front of Oracle, the whole base going crazy.
We're built to do this for years to come, and I'm a part of something that could be remembered here in the Bay Area and hopefully in the history of basketball lore for a long, long time.
There's a new dynasty in the NBA. The Golden State Warriors champions once again, back-to-back titles, 3 in 4 years.
The third one was like a roller coaster.
We had this, colossal team, 2 MVPs, All-Stars, Finals MVP, 2 Finals MVPs actually.
Wow, are we actually going to be able to flip that switch? Wow, are we going to lock in on this process? Like, wow, are we going to be healthy enough?
It was ours to win. That was the media hailed it, the fans knew it.
Roller coaster. Oh, wait, yeah, nobody still can beat us. Oh, wait, we lose by 40 at Utah. What's going on? All right, here we go going into the playoff. Oh, snaps, it flipped. All right, we're looking pretty good. Like, it was just a roller coaster.
The bar was raised during that span. We raised the bar, and I'm really proud of our guys for raising that bar. But it brings along a different set of challenges. And so instead of being the Cinderella team that everybody was excited to see, we're now the team that a lot of people were hoping would get knocked off.
So it's a pretty good feeling knowing that you're the favorite coming into the season and you take care of your business.
And it just proves how hard it is to go back-to-back. It's so hard to win back-to-back championships. We were this close to not doing it. That's what makes you appreciate it even more.
But ultimately, it was there was a deep fulfillment to it, but I would say personally not as much unbridled joy.
And tough. The toughest one by far.
All 3 of them have special places as a part of our entire journey. Hopefully there's more to come.
The Warriors have changed the landscaping of basketball forever. And I'm not just talking about the NBA. I'm talking about kids don't even play in AAU the way that they used to. We changed the whole dynamics of the whole programming of basketball. This team is revolutionizing the sport right in front of our eyes. But where do they stand? Where do they stand amongst the game's greats? Now, the Bay Area is no stranger to dominance. A's, Giants, 49ers, Raiders. Now, the Warriors have etched their name on that board. And all that's left for debate is where does this team rank in the history of the NBA?
I feel like we peek at it from time to time, and being in the moment, I think guys are really just trying to take advantage of this moment. Like, we have an opportunity, so why not try to be the best? Really go for it, not shy away from the moment, not shy away from the greats.
It's good for us to hear it when it's brought up because, you just have, every day is just a grind, especially for us, it's a different type of grind. It's just more mental than anything. It's just you experiencing a different type of media coverage, a different type of travel, a different type of mind state, going to different arenas and playing against teams who, you got your target on your back every single day. So it's a little bit of motivation as far as understanding the precious moment that you have and just trying to make the most of it.
It's hard to have one foot in each of those worlds of appreciating what's been accomplished and also striving to accomplish more. But there's moments where I'll look back and say, this is uniquely good. I try to just pause for a minute and appreciate that and not let it just fly by, because it shouldn't only be appreciated in hindsight. You gotta appreciate it while it's happening.
It's hard because you're always looking at that next thing, like, all right, what can we do next? What can we do now? What can we do to get better? what do I personally need to be doing to get better? So as much as you want to sit back and be like, wow, this is actually an amazing run, you don't have time for it because that's going to end as soon as you get the time to do that.
I never want to kind of put myself in my mind in that place because I think it would kill my edge. I want to stay hungry and stay focused on what's ahead. Obviously, it's human nature, and you should enjoy your accomplishments, enjoy the moments that you have.
It is a great feeling to know that we're one of the few franchises and few teams that's ever won 3 out of 4 titles. It's a really hard thing to accomplish, and just that alone makes me feel good about our team and our organization. It feels good for our fans, and the other stuff, that's for somebody else to talk about.
At the end of my career, it'll be a lot easier to kind of just sit back and talk about how we compare to other eras, other championship teams, other amazing runs, and the overall legacy that we've left on the game. But right now, it's about what's next.
Are these Warriors the best team ever? I don't know. But we did a pretty damn good job of getting in that debate. So we say 3 titles in 4 years put us in some pretty exclusive company. The VIP of basketball immortality. And even if the rest of the world doesn't appreciate their greatness, even if history doesn't recognize them as the best team yet, to us, these boys are legends. And really, that's all that matters.